Hi, my name is Tim and I'm forgiven. My objective is to weed out corruption and to plant positive growth. Take out the bad and add new, good. Now, the nature of man is to accumulate. That's our nature. It's to build ourselves up, whether it be power or money or control in general. That's just our nature. Our forefathers understood this when they agreed on a constitution. This is why the government had very limited power, and that they were elected from the commoners of the nation. But we hear a lot about how a politician's got to be, there's one basic rule for a politician. Well, couple, but mostly he has to be honest. He has got to be a unself-oriented person. He has to be considering the needs of the many and not the needs of the one. When this sounds really simple, but the nature of man is to consider the needs of the one. That is the nature of man. When you put somebody in who is guided by their nature, all they're concerned about is legacy and power and control and legacy. Legacy is the most of it. They want their name to live forever. To me, it's about the only reason to be involved in politics is to plant your name in the history books. I can't think of a second reason, except unless you just want to say money. Power. Money and power are one and the same. But when you understand this, that politics, just by its very nature, is corrupting. Politics, by its very nature, is corrupting. This is why it's so important to rotate people out of the system continually, all the way down to the bottom. Just keep rotating them out. Don't let them get in where it's a power thing, where it's a money thing, where it's a control thing, where they can manage things to happen for themselves. This is where we're at. And people think, well, you got to have a politician that's been a politician, that moves up the line, knows the system. Now, come on. There's two basic rules. One is love thy neighbor as thyself, and two is truth, honesty, integrity, which is the same thing as loving your neighbor as yourself. If they get in there and they're concerned about the truth, and they're concerned about integrity, and they're concerned about doing the right thing, they have the right heart. And if they love their neighbor as themselves, they're not going to pile on ridiculous controls and regulations, taxation. Now, I don't know who you think where I am on a scale of 1 to 10 as far as success goes. I am successful at what I do. I am, if anything, lower middle class. I don't pay a lot of tax money the way you guys all think that you don't pay a lot of tax money. But I understand that most money is tax money. It's just the way it is. The government takes too much. And if they take it from the big guy has to take it from the next guy down the line, from the next guy down the line, which means I'm paying taxes, a lot of it. What we need to understand is that the government is siphoning out this money, and it's coming from everyone, not just the big guy. It's coming from everyone. The only way we've got to get politicians who are not interested in the money aspect and the power aspect and the control aspect Maybe they want a legacy. And by that, look at George Washington. He has an everlasting legacy for one simple, solitary reason. And that was, he didn't want a legacy. If you don't want a legacy, that's the surefirest way to have a real, an honest, and a worthy legacy. George Washington deserves every ounce of praise from human beings that he gets. The men are few and far in between, mostly because we don't flush them. We don't clean the system out. You know, if you put a jar of cookies on the table and you don't tell your kids not to eat them, I guarantee you they're going to eat the cookies. This is the nature of men. Cookies are good. Now, if you leave a jar of cookies on the table and you tell your kids not to eat them, there's a good chance they're going to sneak one or two if they think they can get away with it. It's the nature of men. To prevent your children from taking cookies, you have to have a strong disciplinary hand in their life where they respect you, they love you, they want to please you, and they understand that you're not just controlling them. You understand it's natural to put your hand in the cookie jar when there's cookies in the cookie jar. This is what we're doing with our politicians. We're giving them a cookie jar full of cookies with no lid on it, and we're not disciplining them when they take cookies, when they're not supposed to take cookies. We need to clean up politics. We need to clean up politics. It's your responsibility and it's my responsibility. We have let our forefathers down by allowing corruption to enter into politics.